Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to get diamonds. 0%. Loading. Man, I really need to... You know, this is a gaming laptop too. There's no reason why I shouldn't be able to load up this up faster. My guess is that my settings are too strong, maybe? Anyway, so I made this because, well, I like doing this. Or just have this at the start of the world so that you guys can see a starting point. And also because this character has been out in the wilderness for who knows how long. Probably time for a bath, if you ask me. At the current moment, I'm going to be, I guess, surgically obtaining diamonds. We're going to attempt to get 30. Wait, let's do the math. 24 for the set, then 5 for the pick and sword, which would make 29. Then 2 for the, okay, we're trying to get 31. My bad. 31 diamonds is the goal. So, last episode I started the mine shaft building. This is how it ended up. Other than this, there has been no update to any of the world. As in, you can see my inventory. Nothing. Levels are probably the same. And this is what's in the chest. So, here's the trick to do it. And this episode is going to be somewhat boring, but, you know, this could be a really short episode or it could be a really long episode depending on what this seed has to give me. And of course, what I have to give it. But the seed said no, so I can't do anything. Wait a minute. That's not 10. Wow, I was about to... And I'm trying to show you guys my super effective mining abilities, and now the game just wants to be mean. It's like that girlfriend who you eventually marry, and then all of a sudden she just starts saying, no, I don't want to do it. To which case you regret your decision, but you pretty much stay with her because, well, if you don't, you're gonna get ripped to shreds in alimony. I have a really weird sense of humor, I think. I don't think other commentators make jokes the same way I do. I think that my commentary is a bit more, like, I don't want to keep saying I guess, because I guess is wrong. My commentary is more, I want to say practical. However, at the same time, life is just a pain sometimes. But at the same time, life is great. Life is beautiful. You need to celebrate life. I often am told that I am heartless by some of my friends, but the truth is I'm not heartless. The problem is that I can't be invested in something unless it's real. So, this is why you'll almost never see me empathize with a fictional character. Not because I can't, but because real life is the biggest difficulty spike ever created. And I really cannot afford to be distracted by something that is, well, I'm going to call it junk food. There is good to watching fictional stories. You can learn a bit. Usually some good fictional stories have good lessons in them, and when they have good lessons, what the hell? When they have good lessons, you learn a lot. So, what I'm trying to say is that this episode, instead of being focused on antics or hijinks, this episode's mostly going to be a self-help video. So, welcome to my TED Talk, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are ready. And why are we doing this? Why did I get full iron if I'm just going to toss it for a diamond? I said in the last episode, but I'll say it again. It's because I need to get the iron so that I can go in caves without risking my death. But at the same time, I also know that this is a temporary setup because getting full iron for the entire game is not practical, seeing as it breaks too easily in the later half. Diamond is the rare material that just will not break on me for the most part, and that's why I only really use iron in the overworld once I get to the later areas. So the Nether, which I for some reason called Hell in the first part. Or was it the second part? I'm not too sure. And the end, where there's just so many Endermen that it's easy to get gunned down. So, whether or not you think my method of mining is efficient is up to you. Personally, I think that... No, I shouldn't say personally. I've had success with this method before. How's that? I've had success with this method of mining, and as such, I view it as efficient. But then again, sometimes the seed is just not on your side. Sometimes the seed just says no. And that's the real issue with strip mining. So I know that visually speaking, this part is probably somewhat boring, but I need to show you that I got the diamonds legitimately, otherwise no one's going to believe me. And this is my huge issue with a lot of what YouTube and streaming has done to believability, is now you have to show evidence that you did it, otherwise no one trusts you anymore. I shouldn't say no one, but the people on the internet won't trust you anymore. And mostly I say ignore what a lot of people on the internet says. Sometimes you want to just say it so that no one can tell you anything. Sometimes you need to back up your claims, otherwise people will no longer trust you. And I think I am not in a good chunk for this, because by now we should have at least found one. That, or I'm just not digging in the right direction. Who knows? Who knows? Now here's my thoughts on people who want to start YouTube. First of all, I'm not planning on doing this for a living. I don't want to do this for a living. This would get really boring and somewhat monotonous and tedious. So what I say is that if you want to do it, okay, my bad. Here's what I'm gonna say. Don't do YouTube. I'm just saying, don't do it. And to someone who wants to be inspired, you're probably asking yourself, why would I tell you that? Why would I actively discourage you from doing something? If you really want to do something, it doesn't matter if I discourage you. Just go ahead and do it. That's how you can check. If you only want to do something because people encourage you to do it, you're doing it wrong. You're wasting your time. As a hobby, you can do it whatever you want. I don't really care. I do this as a hobby when I have some spare time. And that's the idea. However, if you really want to make this your career, which I highly doubt at this point, considering how regulations work and whatnot, you probably shouldn't. It's not economically stable. It's good if you make it successfully. If you're not successful, then you're not going to get anywhere on this. Like I said, this is just so I can monitor free time while also attempting to just be myself for a while. And maybe you guys find it interesting. I don't know if you guys find my personality interesting. I mined out the entire room here, just so you guys didn't have to sit through me doing this for 10 hours. If there was a diamond in here, I would have shown it, but there wasn't. Usually there is, so I guess that's bad luck. Well, it probably is bad luck. No, there isn't luck in this world. Luck doesn't exist. Luck is just what people say when they accomplish something of low probability, or when something that is usually unlikely occurs. For example, the mayor calling to tell the people in the death row to let the man live or something. Why did I mention that? Yeah, sometimes I get morbid. Not because I want to, just because it comes out naturally. You know, we're all different people. We all view the world differently. We're all different. And I understand if you don't agree with me. In fact, I highly encourage you not to agree with me, because I want to be challenged intellectually. Being told the same thing over and over again gets boring, and then you start questioning whether or not it's the truth. And that's never good when you're questioning whether or not your beliefs are truth or not. If you're questioning whether your beliefs are true, then you have a lot of doubt. You should be able to defend them, though. If you cannot defend your beliefs, then most likely they're not true. That doesn't mean that false beliefs cannot be defended. You can defend false beliefs, but you have to be excellent at debating your opponent. That was really creepy. And your opponent has to be somewhat bad at defending their beliefs. I say it's not worth doing the torch trick. Just saying. Wow, we are just not making any progress here. And we were burning through pickaxes like wild. I bet this better not turn out, you know, similar to Beijing Canadians' How to Minecraft Season 2. If you guys watch that, I think it's still up on his channel, even though it's probably, I think it's unlisted, but it's still up on the channel. He went strip mining for multiple episodes and never found a diamond. Well, maybe he found them at the end or they were just given to him, but I'm pretty sure that for multiple episodes he just could not find it and he gave up, so Jerome pranked him and he just got really mad. Why do I keep referencing the ASF crew? I have to reference other YouTubers. When I get to the other games, because this is not going to be the main series, I don't want to do Minecraft the whole time. Minecraft is fun, but it's not the only game in existence. Although, some people will try to tell you it is. That's not a joke. There's some people who really will only play one game and that's it. Which is fine. You're allowed to do what you want with your recreational hobby. Just don't force it on other people. Then again, I might be considered hypocritical by some of my friend groups because I try to tell people to play Yu-Gi-Oh all the time, and well, it's because I really like the game. Other games that I've played regarding cards, I've played the Pokemon TCG, I've played the Pokemon video game, and I also played the TCG video game, although the TCG video game I'm not very good at it. Not because I suck at the game, it's more that I just can't be bothered to finish it. I tried before and it didn't hook me. And I get that it should hook you, but it just doesn't for me. Maybe I'm weird. I also played Magic the Gathering. I did not play Magic Arena. I played Magic the Gathering, the card game, with some friends back in high school. It's a good game. Not for me, though. I liked playing it mostly because of the social aspect rather than the gameplay. That's the difference. I like playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For the gameplay. I don't like playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For the community because sometimes, for the most part, the online community of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a pretty decent crowd, but the in-person community is pretty bad. Not always, there are good people, like in every community, but I just noticed that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are just not the nicest people in the world. That was actually my senior project when I was in high school, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community. I did an analysis of their behavior. It's a pretty cool assignment, actually. I need more pickaxes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So, some of you have been noticing that I make sticks in sets of 3. Why is that, you're probably wondering? Well, it's just how I naturally end up clicking. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the real truth, is that I just end up clicking that way. From now on, I don't think I'm going to be carrying multiple swords. I used to carry 3 swords with me at all times. 1 smite, 1 bane of anthropods, and 1 sharpness. Sharpness for players, snipe for enemies, and anthropods for spiders when I go cave mining. Spelunking. I said the word last episode. Why am I questioning my abilities to do things? My ability to speak, more specifically. Not sure. Not sure at all. You know, you would think with all the mining that the hunger bar would be going down, but it's not. What else can I say about myself without revealing who I actually am? Well, you guys have my name. It's the channel name, although it's not my full name, so you don't really get anything out of my channel name. I will not be giving personal information. It's just not worth doing so. All these videos are fun. So the reason I do these live instead of post-recording is because it allows me to just be honest. It allows me to talk freely, because if I do post-recording, then I already have a plan, and I don't like being scripted in a lot of videos. I'll do something scripted eventually. But this is the free time game, not the... I just do this for free time, and I keep saying that I did free time, but it's true, because I don't want this to be my life, okay? Playing video games is fun, but there are other things to do in real life. This is just because I like doing it. This is pretty much my stance on a lot of addictive substances or imagery, and this is why I'm not saying the names, because if you're all adults, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Go ahead and use it or view it or do whatever you want. I don't care. I'm not a Puritan. I'm not going to tell you to stop. Just do yourself a favor and don't let it take over your life. Maybe you want to let it take over your life. As long as it doesn't manifest into something that actually hurts people, I don't care what you do. I truthfully couldn't. Not because I'm heartless, but because, well, you're an adult. You're able to make your own decisions. Whether I think your decision is wise is irrelevant. You have autonomy, you have freedom. This mostly applies to the people from the United States, because if you're not in the United States and you're in a different country, well, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm not too sure of what you can and can't do there. Maybe you have autonomy, maybe you don't. I wouldn't be able to tell you. 2. Anyways, this systematic method of mining works per chunk, and depending on, well, how the game favors you, you can get a lot of diamonds, a lot of them. But for whatever reason, this shaft is just not being nice to me. Shaft, I mean quarry. I really shouldn't be saying shaft because that can be misinterpreted. Shaft's not being nice to me. Diamond number 1. So let's check, make sure we're not surrounded by any harmful substance. 2. And this is why I separate them in 2, because you would probably be able to see, okay, there's only 2 diamonds here. That's better than nothing, though. 1, 2. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Because friends come and go, but diamonds and family are forever. It's 2. We're gonna need 31 of those. And at the rate we're going, who knows how long that'll take. Really, who does? So I was originally, like I said in the first part, I was gonna do Dark Rising Kaizo as my first Let's Play. But I also didn't want my first Let's Play to just be me swearing. So I then said, what if I just do Master Duel? I'm a big fan of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, and I say that a lot, but I mean, I played competitively for a few years. I started playing when I was 4. I entered my first local at 8, and I've just been playing it, so I've been playing the game for multiple years. And I just never really stopped. I mean, I still play it on occasion. I still have my friends come over to play. Yeah, they still come over to play. They're from high school, some none from college, because really at my college, everyone plays Magic there. Oh, here's my view on college, just for you guys who are curious. Unless you know what you want to do, don't go to college. If your goal is to make money, there's no reason you should go to college. You're pretty much starting yourself with a debt, and that's not a good idea. At the same time, however, college can be beneficial to those who need it. For example, if you're a doctor, absolutely, you have to go to college. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You have to do it. Because I don't think anyone wants a doctor who didn't go to university or study it, because that would be a security hazard, really. And not very good for the hospital's reputation. Ignore the idea of a doctor who just knows all the material. It's just not good, because then you're liable to so many issues that can be taken up with the government. And that's not fun. Nobody wants to get sued. Being sued isn't fun. You see what I mean? You know, other YouTubers, you know, specifically ones that talk about, you know, the ghetto. I guess when he wasn't being restricted, Blasphemous HD, if you guys heard of him. He used to make videos, the story time, he would talk about his experiences in the hood, effectively. And I agree, this is why I don't want to go to the hood. The hood is dangerous, okay? I don't understand all the glorification of the hood lifestyle, you know, the ghetto lifestyle. It's just not for me. I don't know. I mean, if you want to live in the hood and risk getting robbed all the time, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. I can't stop you. I don't know if you're going to do it or not. But what I will tell you is I heavily discourage it. And I'll give you my reasons why. It's dangerous. It's foolish, okay? We already have bills to pay, taxes to pay, and if you have children, mouths to feed, it's just not worth adding the extra risk. Now, if you're a bachelor, that's different. You live alone and you pretty much support yourself. Do whatever you want. I don't recommend it. I'm telling you, move to a better neighborhood. Or at the very least, someplace where the rent isn't so absurdly high, but at the very least, it's safe. Because while I value freedom over safety, I am also not stupid. I don't know. I understand sometimes you need to live in a bad neighborhood because you just can't afford it. But if you have the choice, I wouldn't do it. Wow, this is a really dark. This episode took a really dark turn. What else did I watch? So what I'm deciding to do for the fishing episode is, well, there's this guy called RG. He wrote a comic called Blade Devil, and I'm thinking that I should probably just do the fishing episode and just show everything, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a review of his book, because I paid my $75. I want to talk about his book, okay? I paid my $75 even though before I knew what the book was about, because I happen to like RG's content, and whether that gets me booted off the platform, I don't know. Because he is somewhat controversial. He doesn't even say anything wrong, it's just there's someone after him, and I don't know who it is. He's actively being targeted, and that's not good, because RGE genuinely, outside of a few curse words, did nothing wrong. And everyone's guilty of curse words at some point on this channel, except Stampy, if you guys know who that is, the Minecraft guy. I didn't really watch him, but I know that, practically speaking, his channel was a kid show. I mean, an actual kid show. It was like slow-paced, very soft-spoken, and I have nothing against that content. I think that content is useful. It's good for educational reasons, but it just doesn't entertain me because, well, I'm not 10 years old. He was also very slow-paced. He didn't play the game at a rate in which he looked like he had agency. His pace was more lax, and while I admit his little lovely world let's play was cool and all, he did make a mistake. He put so much signs that it straight up just kept lagging the Xbox server, because Xbox 360 is, compared to a good PC, is not very good at all. All the signs from his lovely garden just didn't do anything. And of course he had some of the controversies with his helpers, but I'm not going to get into that because that's not, I don't have the facts on me. I'm just saying that existed. What else? I guess, who should I say inspired me to do this? Well, I don't know who inspired me to make a YouTube video channel. Actually, yes I do. My psychology teacher from Mount San Antonio College, who had us for an assignment make a YouTube channel and then post a psychology video about it. That psychology video has since been deleted because, well, I don't want my channel, the first video on my channel, to be a psychology video when this channel has nothing to do with psychology. It would just be really weird. It'd be like, I don't know, I guess a channel dedicated to first-person shooters also having a honey pop let's play. Another diamond. We're making progress. See, I mean, it wouldn't make sense to me. And also, just so you know about these little diamond tactics, is that they're slow. It's a bit repetitive, but we're gonna get them. We want the diamante. Look at that! Look at how good that is right here. Why am I cursing? Why am I yelling? I have no reason to yell. This is a. What was that? I don't know. Awesome. More diamantes, because diamantes are good. As a matter of fact, they'll get your wife to leave you if someone else offers them diamonds. Just ask that man whose wife was stolen by a Nigerian prince. I'm going to debate editing that out or not. We're almost 1/5 of the way there. That's a really messed up comment. You see, I mean, I'm able to tell when I say something that's somewhat messed up, but I also can recognize that it was messed up after the moment, because sometimes you just say things because, well, the truth is, commentary on the YouTube video is, when you don't have partners, is sometimes a bit just, it is a bit, what's the word? Unnerving, because you're just talking to yourself for 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes at a time. Oh, this is going to be a very long episode, I can feel it, but it's because there's going to be a break. I need to do some things with school, and especially with women, but I can't get into that because this is YouTube. If you know what I mean. But, you know, we're all going to have fun here. I was thinking about streaming the Umi Neko readings that we do with my friends and I, because we have a book club. But at the same time, the things we say in those readings typically would probably get us banned even on old YouTube, so I'm not going to do it. Because look, we're a bunch of friends who are all grown men and one woman who we pretty much got her to join us because she's the diversity hire and we needed someone to read all the girl characters because none of us have a convincing enough voice. I used to play all the female characters with one exception. And it just, I didn't play Kumasawa, if you guys know what Umineko is, because I can't make that voice. I was originally going to voice her like Kikuko from Pokemon, but you know, things happen. So the only female character that I'm going to voice, I'm voicing Lambda and I'm voicing Burn, mostly because we need some differentiation. I was originally going to voice Feathering, but then I realized, nah, I want to voice Will, so I'm voicing Will now. Is that all of them? Yes, it is. So we have a few diamonds now. How many do we have? 6, right? Got 6 diamonds. So this is progress. I wonder how many parts are going to be in this quarry. I hope not too many. So continuing onwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, well, this is what we're going to do for a little bit. If we don't finish by 4 o'clock, you can see my image on the screen. And I'm not going to do it off screen, just the next part's going to be diamonds, otherwise it's just going to be diamond mining again. And whether or not you find that interesting is really up to you. I'm going to be giving some advice throughout it because I need to do something. I can't just sit here and talk about nonsense for 20 minutes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. What else can I say? Well, currently the economy is pretty bad in California. Gas prices are through the roof right now. It's ridiculous. $4.50 for gas? To hell with that, honestly. That's something I'm actually mad about, because recently we went back to in-person education, and with the return to in-person means we have to get parking permits and all of that stuff, and the drive is so long because I wasn't planning on being in person, I was planning on being online. And it sounds like I'm complaining, but really I think I have it right because it affects me monetarily. If it's just my feelings, I wouldn't care, I wouldn't even voice it, but it is a monetary issue. And well, I'm going to show you guys the best way to become financially independent is to focus on your career and ignore alcohol, drugs, and women if you're a man. And if you're a woman, I'm not sure how to do it because I don't understand. I'm not really sure. I don't have the time to invest in learning finance for the other sex. The reason I say that is because, well, men and women do different things. Men and women are different. And that's a bit of an issue in terms of trying to teach finance because people are interested in different things. It's not to say one is better than the other. It's more just to say that we all have goals in life, and the way we go about them is really up to us. Let's see what else happened. You see, this is why I was fearing this and the fishing episode. Because effectively I'm just speaking to a mic for, well, 25 more minutes now. And then just doing nothing else. Nobody should get this stuff recommended to them right away. It's highly unlikely they would. So I guess I should start talking about some books I've read. Obviously, you guys heard me. I read the No Game, No Life light novels. I mean, Shubi is my skin. I'm probably gonna change it. I don't know. Maybe for some specials, maybe like for Halloween, I'll make the skin, I don't know, Shiro as a joke. Maybe, or I could do Jabril just to hammer that in. Or maybe for Valentine's Day, I can make it, I guess, either Izuna Hatsuse or Sagire Izumi from Aramanga Sensei, or maybe just Rom or Nepgear as well. Maybe Kampa, honestly. Kampa would be cool for Valentine's Day skin. Christmas Nep could be the Christmas skin. I don't know. Maybe I should do that, or maybe I should just make my own skin and stop relying on the skins of others. But the truth is that I don't make my own skin because I don't have all the time in the world. I have things to do. Let me put some more stuff back in the chest. Good. We're going to be very limited on coal for a while because I don't think coal spawns down here. It shouldn't spawn down here either. It should be replaced with diamonds if we're being accurate. That's what I'm trying to say. Accurate. Okay, I'm not the Birdman, you know. Respect my name. I need to be accurate, or somebody called Ambulan. No, I'm not going to do that. I am going to speak properly because that is the best way to get people to understand your cause, is if they can understand you. That's my big issue with a lot of people who try to be down with the people, as they say. It was because if you speak down with the people, then guess what? The people won't understand you, because a lot of the time the people themselves don't understand themselves. Have you ever listened to rap in the modern day? I mean, I listened to like older rap, you know, I listened to Eazy-E, I listened to MC Ren, and those other guys, Ishan, East Side Hoes and Money. You know, I like their music. I can understand what they're saying. Iron. But the modern dudes, I mean, I don't even think he's a rapper. Tell me what. Have you guys watched the 2000 and I think 2016 ciphers? Can someone tell me what Designer and Anderson .Paak were saying? Anderson .Paak was just, honestly, he was just channeling his inner Dr. Seuss. That's the best way to say it, because I don't know how else to phrase it. One of these has iron in it, right? Here it is. 15 iron. Not enough. Not enough. We're going to need a lot of more iron, because we're going to make a fish farm, and that needs buckets and droppers and all that good stuff. Was this already mined out? Yeah, it was. It was. This is what I call surgical mining for diamonds, as in we're not destroying everything, we're just destroying the bare minimum, so that we can see every block. Of course, I could break this redstone, but I have no need to get redstone. I'm not making a TNT cannon. And for you guys who didn't watch the Xbox series, and I know why you didn't, I know, because it was on someone else's channel. That channel has since been removed. The things we said on that channel were totally not appropriate. And I hate saying that, because I really wish you guys could hear me when I was a young lad. But, you know, us when we were, you know, young lads and wee lasses were not good people half the time. We said and did some things that I don't think we'll ever recover from. Why am I talking about my childhood? You guys don't need to know this. You guys really don't need to know this. Yeah, you know, some things just you never recover from because it sticks with you forever. And whether or not that's good or bad is really up to you. Again, I'm not a moral arbiter of anything. I expect a lot of you to make your own decisions. This part is going to be so weird. Editing this part is going to be really easy though, because I don't have anything to edit out unless I said something that's really offensive, which I highly doubt I've said anything that's offensive at this point. And if I did say something offensive, then it's not my job. If you're all adults, then you're all responsible for yourselves. And as for you youngsters who are still watching, even though I told you get off now. I'm serious. If you get offended, it's not my fault. No, here's a lesson for you guys. It's not someone else's job to tell you to protect you. It's your own job. Unless you're a miner, in which case it's your parents' job. Not mine, not yours, not anyone else. Protect yourself, and if you're a man, you protect your family as well. Man, I am just not here. What else can I say? So, here's my thing with life. In life, you have to have goals. Okay? You have to have goals in life. Because without goals, you go nowhere. And there needs to be some sense of urgency. Not so much that you overwhelm yourself and, you know, dilute your urges to even go and attempt the goals. But rather, enough goals to the point where you yourself are confident that you can accomplish them. Set realistic goals. but don't make the goals so easy that you're no longer interested in accomplishing them. It's not worth it. And if you can stick to your goals, you know, plan it out, make a schedule, make an agenda, do whatever you need to do to make sure you're on track, you're going to succeed. And the key to never being poor in the US, I'm not sure how it is in other countries, but just in the US, is 3 things. Finish school. Finish the school that you need to finish. Okay? If you don't need a university education for your career, don't get it. When you want to pick a career, research what you need to do for your career first, then decide if you need to go to university or not. Because if you don't, you're just wasting your time, and that's never good. You're wasting your time and your money, which is doubly bad. Doubly? Which is worse. Worse. That's a better way to phrase it. I don't really like when redstone appears. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, really? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. It's just not a good look at all. Yeah, I'm just playing with the inventory. Are we really this low on? Wow. You see how many resources we went through? So yes, the goal is a full diamond set, but realistically, 31 is where I cap it off. Oh, we can make a flint and steel now. Actually, I could have made it a long time ago. I just didn't think about it because I'm not playing a PvP game right now. Yeah, I didn't really play the super diamond armor with potions and crystals PvP. We played pretty rudimentary sword, ender pearls, I guess, and a few other items. Let's make the flint and steel. So that when we go to hell, everything's fine. I keep calling it hell. It looks like hell to me. And yeah, it just looks like hell, so I keep calling it hell. Yeah, every time I break through this, I always assume it's a cave, but it doesn't really seem like there is. I don't think caves generate down this low in the game. Maybe they do, and I'm just not aware. I'm honestly not too sure if caves generate this low in the world or not. Wow, we've 2 stacks of torches. We're getting there. We are burning through these torches, by the way, at lightning speed. But we are going to get the diamonds. That is something that I want to assure you of, although I highly doubt it because I can't assure anything. I am not an omniscient being. I'm not an omnipotent being either. So being able to know everything is highly unlikely. This is a very weird part. I wonder how many Let's Players just cut this out. I really do. But the truth is, I don't want to cut things out. The only reason I dug that out, the quarry box, as I call it, is because I knew this would get boring. But I didn't want to cut everything out. So purpose that I want you guys to see that I did it. I want you guys to actually watch me play Minecraft instead of just hear me talk about how I played Minecraft. Because that's no fun if I just talk to you. Now, I understand cutting out large chunks of video, especially when if you guys watched the Etho's Lab video when he did the mob farm, and he just dug out that massive crater that was hundreds of blocks long. It was ridiculous, honestly. That I understand cutting. Without question, I understand cutting it. What am I doing? You're gonna go here, you're gonna go here. And we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And yes, I could shift click, but I'm not going to shift click because I don't want to. I don't want them to just appear randomly in the inventory. I want them to appear where I want to place them. Okay. Up next is this section of the quarry. So yes, the fishing episode is going to be the Blade Devil review, unless, you know, Raging over here decides to watch this video and tells me to take it down, which I highly doubt because he seems to be an advocate of free speech, and I agree with him. I believe free speech is good. I believe that the ability to speak your mind is better, because if you can't speak your mind, there's only 2 courses left to take. complete dominance of another party, which is not good because we've seen what that does, or revolutionary violence, which nobody wants. I mean, think about it. Back in the day, during the Tea Party, they got so mad that they tried to tax a breakfast drink that they kidnapped people and threw them off boats into the ocean. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, it really was crazy though. I do believe that taxes are theft, but at the same time, I know why they exist. I really do. But here's what I believe government should do. Government should be able to do 3 things. Keep people safe and protect the freedoms that people have. And to keep people safe, it needs to do 1 of 2 things. We need a strong military to protect us from other countries that are very, very bad or just against the interests of the United States in our case. And we need a police force to make sure that nobody robs me or that I don't rob anyone, because I'm not going to absolve myself. I'm not going to say that I'm innocent and everything because, well, I don't commit crimes. In fact, I mostly object to admitting crimes. In fact, no, I pretty much object to admitting crimes unless you pretty much have no choice. Like, it's like someone breaks into your house with an intent to hurt people, then I understand maybe breaking the rules a bit to save yourself and your family. But if no one does anything to that extreme measure, then there's no reason to commit crime. Always work for what you have. I've never settled for mediocrity as an acceptable standard, and neither should you. Always keep going, always keep striving to do your best, because when you do your best, then you can't blame anyone but yourself. My apologies. If you always do your best, then no one can say you don't deserve it. Because when you don't do your best, you can only blame yourself. Because the problem is with blaming others is, well, as I believe Aiko said it, that it's easier to blame things on others because it gives you a sense of superiority, but that's not good. That's not a good philosophy at all. I guess I have another bit of life advice. I don't believe dictators exist, which is crazy because I believe that dictatorial governments and regimes exist, but the concept of a dictator doesn't exist. They are only slaves to emotion. And this is why I try to tell people, hey, don't make decisions that are emotionally based. Make decisions that are based in reasoning and logic. Because, well, it's just like a lot of things in life. Don't rush into something unless you have a plan. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's always a reason to, seize the moment and go after what you want to do. But you have to have a reason behind it. Don't just do something because you think it's good and you don't think about it at all and you just say, okay, in my mind this is working, I have a gut feeling, let's do it. No. You're going to get nowhere with that mentality. Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere with that mentality. And I don't want that. I want you guys to be, well, think about it. For example, I said it earlier, so let's use that example again. Marriage. Don't get into a marriage because of pure emotion. Really think about it, because look, the truth about love that people seem to forget is that love isn't some fleeting emotion. Love is something you have to work towards. Love isn't just something you can hand out and take back whenever you want. No, love is something that you need to put time and invest effort into it. Okay? Because otherwise you're not different. Otherwise you're not in love. You're lusting over someone, and that's not good. A lot of times, the reason so many couples break up in the U.S. is twofold: A, no fault divorce, and B, people who get hooked on a feeling, as the song says, are not the people who stay together. It's the people who work together, people who cooperate, that stay together for a long time. That's just my 2 cents again. I don't think I'm saying anything controversial, am I? No, I don't think so. I think I'm just saying something that has some basis in logic. Okay. And of course there are people who say, don't get married at all, just do whatever you want. I mean, look, that's your decision. I'm not here to tell you what you can and can't do again. Do you believe, and you've thought about it, that not getting married is the correct decision? Then go right ahead, don't get married. But if you end up regretting it, or you just realize that you end up all alone, then you have no one to blame but yourself. If you don't regret it, more power to you. You've clearly found something that I haven't. I believe in the institution of marriage. Wow, this is a wow. I'm just sitting here giving my little takes on sections of life because, man, this is a boring, very boring activity. But we are gonna find diamonds doing this. I promise you that, because this is how the game works. By doing it this way, we guarantee we see a set number of blocks that we otherwise wouldn't. We mine at -59. I mean, if I did this multiple layers, we would have found more diamonds already. But I don't want to do multiple layers because I didn't mine in a way that facilitates multiple layers, and I don't want to build another. There we go. Wait. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're fine. Awesome! Diamantes, ladies and gentlemen, diamantes. Because si le das a tu vieja un diamante brilloso y buenísimo, te amará por siempre. You know, I just said I wouldn't do that. 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. See, we're making progress. Now we are a little bit under 2/5 of the way there. 12. We're making it. Need the enchant table though, which we can get very soon. We know how to get it. 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is the issue with Minecraft sometimes. Like I said, Minecraft, I don't like the Caves and Cliffs update because I could have sworn that the old cobble mines faster. Well, the old stone is faster to mine, which I think is better. I miss the fog, you know, the bedrock fog. I remember. It was nice to have it, although it did terrible things to my computer. Back when I used a PC instead of a laptop. I wonder how the quality... Here's a fun fact. I deliberately stream these when they come out for the first time in standard dev. And my reasoning for that is simple. I want to harken back to the old school style of commentary that, you know, used to exist on YouTube. I don't want to do what the modern YouTubers are doing, because I don't think it's very... Well, it's not for me. How's that? It's not something that I would personally pride myself in doing. I wouldn't have a good time doing that. But at the same time, I know why they do it. It's because they want to play into an algorithm. I'm doing this for my spare time, so I don't care about the algorithm. Man, this episode's going to be really, really long. I know I said I would end it at 4, but darn, how many parts is this going to be? And no, I'm not cutting any of this out, because you guys, I need to prove to you guys that I did this legitimately. And not that I just happened to know the seed, because if I knew the seed, I wouldn't have picked this one. Okay, the cave finding was horrible. The spelunking went nowhere for a while, and I got mauled by so many enemies. It wasn't fun. It was a little bit fun. It's a little bit fun to strategically defeat mobs. I don't just bum rushing anymore because the combat update really confuses me sometimes. Why did they do it? My style of PvP has always been more controlled, less sporadic, but at the same time, due to that controlled nature, that's such a creepy sound effect. Due to that controlled nature, I tended to lose against multiple opponents. Against a single person, I'm probably fine, but next to the combat update, I'm pretty much at the mercy of the game. I'm starting from scratch. Wait, does this have a higher speed? 6? 1.2. Higher grade swords have higher attack speed. 1, 2. Wow, that's cool. I didn't know that. What's my next game going to be after this? I'm probably going to be Legacy of the Duelist. It's a good game. I mean, I could just do a Nuzlocke of every Pokemon game in order. It would be fun. More iron, that's good. That's very good. Blue stuff, not diamond sadly, but blue stuff exists because it is good. Good. Let's put, I don't think we're gonna need a shovel for a while, so let's put blocks in our inventory. Returning the shovel to the inventory now. Yes, 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 we're just making all of the progress today. The problem with this method is sometimes we lose diamonds that appear underneath here, but I highly doubt they spawn at the level of bedrock, so that's why I'm not too worried about it. Yes. Yes. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I know some of you guys think this is a bit slow, but we gotta do it. We gotta get those enchants. We gotta get the diamond armor. We gotta win. I don't want to do another take of this. I want to actually win this one. Because it's been so long since I've done it, and I want some basis for the LP to continue. I don't want to just make this like a 500 part LP, like Ethos Lab or something. I want to actually finish this within a reasonable time. Because this channel is not dedicated only to Minecraft. There's just a lot of Minecraft content on it. Give me a second, I need to put the stuff back. Wow. Okay, so I guess the next one's there. Whew! Progress. We're doing it. Yikes, so much equipment. Is it nighttime? Yeah, it is. Okay, we have 2 minutes before the episode ends. So, I guess we're gonna just show you how I did this. What I did was I put a slab down there so I could stand, that I can choose to drown if I wanted to or not. Not because I want to drown, because drowning sucks. I'm not going to tell you how I know that. Just know that drowning sucks a lot. And it's not beneficial, it really hurts your lungs in the long term. Whee! F5. And Control